Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly get others on their side? Why their ideas are embraced, their requests are granted, and their relationships seem to thrive? It might look like they have a natural charm, but the truth is, they're using principles of influence that are backed by psychology. In this video, we're diving into the 6 principles of influence introduced by Dr. Robert Cialdini, a leading expert in persuasion. These principles aren't tricks. They're powerful tools that can help you succeed in your work, build better relationships, and navigate life with confidence. And the best part, you can learn and apply them starting today. So let's explore each principle in detail and discover how you can use them to thrive in work and relationships. Let's start with the principle of reciprocity. At its core, reciprocity is simple. When someone does something for us, we naturally feel compelled to return the favor. It's a deeply ingrained part of human behavior. Think about it. If someone gives you a thoughtful gift, you feel an obligation to give one back, don't you? Businesses use this principle all the time. Ever been offered a free sample at a store? You try it, you like it, and suddenly you're buying the product. That free sample creates a sense of obligation. But how can you use this principle in your daily life? Here's an example. Imagine you're working on a team project. You notice a colleague is struggling to meet a deadline, so you offer to help them out. You don't ask for anything in return, you simply show kindness. Later, when you're the one needing assistance, that colleague is more likely to step up and support you. In relationships, reciprocity works wonders too. Simple gestures like surprising a friend with their favorite coffee can build goodwill. Over time, this mutual exchange strengthens the bond between you. The takeaway? Be generous. When you give first, whether it's your time, effort, or kindness, you set the stage for meaningful and lasting connections. Next, let's talk about the principle of commitment and consistency. People like to act in ways that align with their past commitments. Once we say yes to something, even if it's small, we're more likely to follow through with consistent behavior. Here's an example. Suppose you're leading a fundraiser for a local charity. Instead of asking people for large donations up front, you start by asking them to sign a pledge or volunteer for just an hour. These small actions create a sense of commitment. Over time, they're more likely to donate or get involved on a deeper level because they want to stay consistent with their initial choice. In personal relationships, this principle can be applied too. Let's say you're planning a family trip. Instead of overwhelming everyone with the entire itinerary, you start small. Ask them to help pick the destination. Once they're involved in the decision-making, they're more likely to stay engaged in the planning process. The key here is to start small. When people take even the tiniest step, they're more likely to commit to the bigger picture. Now, let's dive into social proof. This principle is all about the power of the crowd. When we're unsure about a decision, we look to others for guidance. Think about when you're shopping online. You see a product with hundreds of glowing reviews, and you feel confident buying it. Or maybe you walk past 2 restaurants. One is empty, and the other has a long line. Which one are you more likely to choose? Most of us would pick the busy one because we assume the crowd knows something we don't. In the workplace, social proof can be a game changer. Imagine you're pitching a new idea in a meeting. Instead of presenting it solo, mention how others on the team have supported the concept or how similar strategies have succeeded in other departments. When people see others backing your idea, they're more likely to follow suit. In relationships, this principle is just as effective. If you're trying to introduce a new hobby to your friend group, showing them that others enjoy it too can make them more open to trying it out. The bottom line? People trust what others have already embraced. Use this to your advantage by highlighting existing support or positive examples. Let's move on to the principle of liking. This one is straightforward. We're more likely to say yes to people we like. But what makes someone likable? It's often about finding common ground, showing genuine interest, and offering sincere compliments. For instance, in a professional setting, taking the time to connect with your colleagues on a personal level, like discovering shared interests or hobbies, can make a big difference. Here's a real-life scenario. Let's say you're trying to win over a new client. Instead of jumping straight into business, you take a few moments to chat about their favorite sports team or a recent vacation they mentioned. This small effort to connect makes you more relatable and trustworthy in their eyes. In relationships, the principle of liking works wonders too. Showing appreciation, listening actively, and being empathetic all contribute to stronger bonds. The takeaway here is simple. People want to work with, support, and spend time with those they genuinely like. Be authentic, be kind, and watch how it transforms your interactions. Next up is authority. People naturally respect and trust those who appear knowledgeable and credible. Think about why we trust doctors or rely on financial advisors. Their expertise gives their words weight. You can build this kind of authority in your life too. For example, in a work presentation, you could share statistics, case studies, or endorsements from recognized experts to back up your ideas. The more credible and prepared you appear, the more influence you'll have. Even in relationships, being seen as someone who's dependable and knowledgeable can strengthen trust. Whether it's offering sound advice or simply being a reliable source of support, your authority can inspire confidence. Finally, let's talk about scarcity. People are naturally drawn to things that are rare or limited. This is why phrases like limited time offer or only a few left in stock are so effective in marketing. In your personal life, you can use this principle strategically. For instance, if you're a freelancer, mentioning that you're only taking a limited number of clients creates urgency and highlights your value. In relationships, scarcity can mean valuing your time. When you set boundaries and show that your time and energy are precious, others are more likely to respect and appreciate what you bring to the table. And there you have it, the 6 principles of influence: reciprocity, commitment and consistency, social proof, liking, authority, and scarcity. These principles aren't about manipulation. They're about understanding human behavior and using that knowledge to create positive, meaningful connections. Whether you're building a career, strengthening relationships, or pursuing your goals, these tools can help you thrive. So which principle are you excited to try first? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who could use these insights, and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.